Hi everyone. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's homework. Do you expect the same today also? Let us see. First, let us complete the textbook explanation. After that, I would like to discuss with you something related to this homework, class test. Then, above all, something related to our life. Okay. So, follow me while I am reading and explaining. You remember where we stopped yesterday? Yes. The man from the west, he arrived before 10 o'clock and he is waiting for his friend. He not yet reached and he thought of giving him half an hour more and he is waiting there, smoking his cigar. Now look at the following paragraph. About 20 minutes he waited. And then a tall man in a long overcoat with collar turned up to his ears hurried across from the opposite side of the street. He went directly to the waiting man. So as he was waiting, a tall man is coming rushing. His overcoat is turned up to his ears because it was cold and cold wind was blowing, and in a hurry he is coming. And directly to the waiting man he went. Is that you, Bob? He asked doubtfully. And the man is asking, is that you, Bob? Is that you, Jimmy Wells? Cried the man in the door. Oh, is it Jimmy? So the excitement. Bless my heart, exclaimed the new arrival, grasping the other's hands with his own. It's Bob, sure as fate. I was certain I would find you here if you were still in existence. Well, 20 years is a long time. The old restaurant is gone, Bob. I wish it had lasted, so we could have had another dinner there. How has the West treated you, old man? So he is expressing his joy and holding his hands and telling, I knew very well that you will be here. And our old restaurant is already gone. If it was there, we could have dined again here. But then he is asking about his life in the West. Then you see how the man is replying. It has given me everything I asked it for. You have changed lots, Jimmy. I never thought you were so tall by 2 or 3 inches. And he is telling everything was good. And looking at Jimmy, he is telling how you became tall. 2-3 inches taller you grown up. Oh, I grew a bit after I was 20. Yes, I grew little more after we departed. The departing time, Jimmy was 20 and the man was 18. Doing well in New York, Jimmy? So the man wanted to know how Jimmy was doing in New York. Moderately. I have a position in one of the city departments. Come on, Bob. We'll go around to a place I know of and have a good long talk about old times. So as a reply to the question, he's telling, yes, in a moderate way, I am going on. I have a position in one of the city departments I am working. So come, let's have a good talk. Let us move ahead. The two men started up the street, arm in arm. So holding their hands each other in a very friendly, loving manner. They are walking together to a better place to sit and talk. One, his egotism, enlarged by success, was beginning to outline the history of his career. The other, submerged in his overcoat, listened with interest. You know what is egotism? Egotism is the tendency to speak or write of oneself excessively. Another word is conceit, self-importance. Some people are filled with pride about their own wealth, their own position, and they will be talking every time about themselves. They want to show off how important, how great, how wealthy they are. So the man from the West was eager to tell his friend about his achievements. And the other one, submerged in his overcoat, listened with interest. Submerged means covered or hidden, veiled. So with his overcoat, his face was hidden. At the corner stood a drugstore, brilliant with electric lights. When they came into this glare, each of them turned simultaneously to gaze upon the other's face. So they were standing in the dark place and they were coming through the way. There was also not much light. And when they reached in front of the drugstore, there were brilliant or electric lights were burning, full of light. And suddenly, to see each other in a better way, simultaneously, means at the same time, all of them turned towards each other. Look at each other's face. Then there was something happened. The man from the west stopped suddenly and released the other's arm. You are not Jimmy Wells, he snapped. 20 years is a long time, but not long enough to change a man's nose from a Roman to a pug. Did you understand he is telling? When he looked at the face of this tall man, thinking that he is looking at his old friend Jimmy, suddenly he recognized this is not Jimmy, because there was much difference on his face, especially the nose, or some features of his face was changed. So he released, they were holding their arms each other, and suddenly he released it and he snapped. Snapped means said something angrily. Angry voice he said, you are not Jimmy. 20 years long distance, of course, but that will not make a man's shape this much changed. You had a Roman nose and now how it became a pug nose. That images are I have already sent. So here actually what does it mean is Roman to a pug, here two distinctly shaped noses. So how can a person's shape of the nose will change when the years pass by? It normally does not. So he is telling, you are cheating me. You are not my friend Jimmy. Then what is the reply of that man? It sometimes changes a good man into a bad one, said the tall man. Yes, physical features or facial features may not change that much during such a long time, but it is possible for a man to become bad from good. A man may be very innocent and good in his early ages, and it is quite possible for a man when he grows up, he may become very bad. So that is what he is telling. It sometimes changes a good man into a bad one. Then suddenly he is telling in a threatening voice, you have been under arrest for 10 minutes, Silky Bob. Chicago thinks you may have dropped over our way and wires us she wants to have a chat with you. Going quietly, are you? That's sensible. Now, before go to the station, here is a note I was asked to hand to you. You may read it here at the window. It's from Patrolman Wells. So, what does this man telling? You have been under arrest for 10 minutes. Already you are arrested. You are under the custody of police now. Silky Bob, the criminal. And we have already got information from the Chicago police. Chicago, here it is given, Chicago police headquarters. From there, we have got the information that this criminal may come on this way. So be on watch. So now we found you out and you are under our custody now. Going quietly, are you? So it is sensible. You will come along without a struggle. Don't make any problem, just come away with us. You are under arrest. Before we go to the station, here is a note I was asked to hand to you. You may read it here at the window because there was light. It's from Patrolman Wells. Patrolling officer. The man from the west unfolded the little piece of paper handed to him. So when the paper was given to him, he just started to read. His hand was steady when he began to read, but it trembled a little by the time he had finished. So the man started to read it. That time his hand was steady. But when he came to the end of the note, his hand was shivering. What was the note? The note was rather short. Bob, I was at the appointed place on time. When you struck the match to light your cigar, I saw it. I saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago. Somehow I couldn't do it myself. So I went around and got a plain clothes man to do the job. Here the story ends. Did you understand? Who is writing this note? The patrolman Wells. Who was that? I have already, I was there in the appointed time. Who was there with this man at the appointed time 10 o'clock? That patrolling police officer. So, his friend Jimmy was that patrolling police officer. Then what did he say here? When you lit the cigar, I saw your face. Then I understood this is the criminal Chicago police wanted to get, and they have already informed everywhere and gave us the photo. And it was so heartbreaking for me to arrest you, my friend, with my own hands. So I went away and I entrusted another man, one who was in civil dress, not in the uniform. That is why plain clothes man. Police officer coming means this man will get doubt. So like that I did. What you understood, children? It is so many things are there to discuss. So you just watch the next video also. There I will discuss all the other things. Okay.